Newsroom. I'm Onganan Amatayakun.
And I'm Nina Marisak and the highlights of today. Street vendors in Rajprasong area submitted a complaint to the Prime Minister, and MP Panich's job status hinges on his verdict.
And Deputy Prime Minister said that Hun Sen is just stressing the rules of the law and the attempts to list the Sino-Portuguese buildings in Phuket City as the UN's World Heritage Sites. Cambodia Prime Minister Hun Sen did not mean to harm the bilateral ties when he called for all parties to respect the court's proceedings against the 7 Thai detainees. China's Xinhua News Online quoted Hun Sen on Monday as saying that it was not possible for even the United Nations to intervene because the case is now under the full authority of the Cambodian court, which must be respected. Deputy Prime Minister Suthep said what Hun Sen said was simply a statement of the principle of legal procedures. He did not intend to harm bilateral relations. 7 Thais, including Panich Wikit, a Bangkok MP, were detained in a Cambodia jail in Phnom Penh, pending trial against them on a charge of illegal entry into Cambodia and entering Khmer military post without permission. Among the group was Rajprasong, a leader of Thai Patriots Network who was earlier arrested on the same charge last year. Suthep told reporters Tuesday that what everyone could do now was to wait for the court verdict. He advised all parties not to comment or criticize in ways which could negatively affect the case. He said Cambodian court procedures are not different from those of the Thai courts. We should not put pressure on the court. He reiterated that the Thai authorities were using all means to help the detained Thais, and the officials, political and military, were holding talks regularly at all levels. Hun Sen said on Monday there are many comments these days. A publication said yesterday that Thaksin or the Pheu Thai party want to intervene in the case. I just confirmed that no one can intervene in the judicial system, neither the government nor foreigners or Cambodians.
In a related development, the Election Commission will await the Cambodian verdict before it can rule on the job status of Democrat MP Panich detained in Phnom Penh, an EC member said on Tuesday. Panich and 6 Thais are facing immigration charges in connection with their arrest last month in Ban Thai Manche, opposite Sat Kaew's Kok Sung district. EC Secretary General Suthipon Thavichaikan said, as I understand it, the Cambodian judicial process in forming a verdict will be lengthy. He said the EC is checking with the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to monitor the outcome of the judicial decision. Under the Constitution, a verdict MP is disqualified to hold a House seat upon sentencing for imprisonment, including the suspended jail term. Street vendors in Rajprasong area on Tuesday submitted a complaint to Prime Minister Abhisit Wechashiwa calling on him to ensure order next time when the red shirts organize a protest in the area. The submission took place after the vendors gathered in front of Quezon Plaza department store and read out the complaint, which was signed by about 500 vendors. They also held banners which read, "Stop wrecking the lives of Bangkokians. We want our happiness back, and we have had enough of rallies that violate human rights." They said the pro-Thaksin protesters whose protest in May ended in violence had decided to gather twice a month on the 10th and 19th. They were striving to make their voices heard by the government in order to influence the release of their detained leaders. The letter stated that Thailand's political situation had known much unrest over the past 2 to 3 years, with many rallies taking place, starting from the parliament and spreading to public areas such as airports, streets, and the main business hub of Rajprasong. While everyone is entitled to express their opinions on anything, their actions should not violate the basic rights of others. The vendors also demanded that the government set up measures to control the situation. After the letter was read out loud, a vendor representative went to the Parliament to hand in the letter to the Prime Minister. On Sunday, Richards rallied at the Rajprasong intersection to commemorate those who lost their lives during the April and May riots. By late afternoon, Rajprasong had been closed to traffic due to the crowd.
The Senate Tourism Committee has asked the Culture Ministry to help push for the listing of the Sino-Portuguese buildings in Phuket City as UN's World Heritage Sites. Culture Minister Nipit Intrasombat said he had assigned the Fine Arts Department to see whether the Old Town and the island matched the selection criteria of the World Heritage Committee. Two options are likely for the move. The first is World Heritage registration of the Sino-Portuguese buildings. The ministry was asked to conserve and restore the structures to bring them as near as possible to their original condition while improving the environments by burying all wires. Phuket would join Malaysia's Malacca and Penang as they all share this traditional architectural design. The second is the registration of Phuket Island on its own, citing its outstanding cultural and natural features along with Phang Nga Bay and Krabi. The Sino-Portuguese style, which influences from the east and west, appeared in 1511 on the Malay Peninsula. Similar buildings can be seen in Malacca and Penang, as well as Singapore and Macau. Thailand has similar buildings in Phuket, Ranong, Krabi, Phang Nga, and Trang. Most were constructed during the time of Phaya Rasadanupradit, Mahitsara Phakdi, called Simbi Ranong, who governed Phuket from 1901 to 1913 during King Rama V's reign. That's all for tonight. Thank you for watching Nation Newsroom.
Please stay tuned with us from Monday to Friday from 10 p.m. on Nation Channel. สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ